Alright, what we're doing here is a practice driving test. Alright, as you see here, said this road sign means double curve right and left, sharp turn to the right, or winding road. In this instance, it's winding road. Okay. As the percentage of blood alcohol, BAC in your blood increases, you become more coordinated, which means that you're better at what you're doing, more intoxicated, or more sober. Sober means less drunk, but it says here as the percentage of alcohol increases, you become more intoxicated. We'll put that one there. This sign means persons with disabilities parking, winding road ahead, which was this up here, so we know it's not that, or merge, because you're going straight here and it's showing an incoming lane, so we're going to check that. Okay. The bicyclist is signaling stopping, turning left, or debris in the roadway. Since his arm is sticking straight out to the left, he's turning left. Hard to check here. Alright, the amount of alcohol in the blood may affect a driver's knowledge, right-of-way privileges, judgment, and physical coordination. So we know that the knowledge, it's probably going to affect that to some point. Right-of-way privileges, that would be under knowing what you're doing, but judgment and physical coordination kind of goes through all of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to check on that one. Alright. It is more dangerous to drive at night than in the daytime because you cannot see as far ahead as night. The road is more slippery, or your reaction time is slower. Well, your reaction time could be slower because you can't see as far ahead, and the road ain't going to be slippery because it's night. So we're going to say because you cannot see as far ahead as night in the night. Alright. A red arrow pointing to the right on a traffic light means you may turn in that direction after slowing and checking the traffic. Turn in that direction after you have come to a complete stop. Not turn in that direction until the light turns green. Unless it says right on red, you're going to have to say do not turn in that direction until the light turns green, because it is a red arrow facing that direction. Red arrow means stop, do not turn. Alright. Your license can be suspended if you are under 21 and drive with a blood alcohol level of 0.08, any amount, or 0.115 or more. Well, we're going to have to pick any amount, because if you're under 21, you can't drink at all. So we're going to put number 2 on that one, the second choice. We'll grade that section. Alright. You have made 0 errors so far. Alright. Now, go to the next section. Kansas driver's test here. Alright. When approaching animals that are standing near the roadway, slow down and use caution. Speed up and scare them away, which that may not always happen. They always generally jump out in front of you whenever you speed up. Swerve to avoid the animal. Now, if the animal's in the road, you're going to come to a stop if you can, or swerve. But mostly, we're going to say slow down and use caution. A vehicle suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. Which of these actions should you take first? Swerve into the lane next to you? No, you don't want to do that, because there could be a car there or something. take your foot off the gas. Or honk and step on the brake firmly. Well, that doesn't mean that you need to honk your horn or step on the brake, because just because it cut in front of you, it creates a hazard, but that doesn't mean that it's a hazard where you have to slam on the brakes. So we're going to say take your foot off the gas. Which must you be in before making a left turn from a one-way street? The lane nearest to the center of the street, or the lane nearest to the left curb, or the lane nearest to the right curb? Well, since it's a one-way street, it's going to be the lane nearest to the left curb because you're turning left. All right. BAC means blood alcohol content, blood alcohol concentration, or blood alcohol conservation. Now, content, I don't believe it's going to be it, because alcohol is what the content is, and concentration is the amount. Okay? When should you use your high beam headlights? When there are no oncoming vehicles approaching? Or when you come about a block distance from an oncoming vehicle? It says when should you use, not turn off. When you are following a vehicle in heavy traffic, you don't want to do that, because high beams always distract and they kind of blind you. So when there are no oncoming vehicles. Motorcycles and scooters and mopeds are not easy to see. Therefore, you should make constant visual checks. Share a lane with motorcycles. Slow down when driving. Now, you're going to be sharing a lane anyway, but I would say here, let's make constant visual checks, because it says they're not easy to see. All right? You want to make a right turn at a corner. A pedestrian with a guide dog is at the corner, ready to cross the street in front of you. Before making your right turn, you should tell the pedestrian when to cross the street. No, you don't want to do that. Wait until the person crosses the street. Or turn off your engine until the person crosses the street. Well, that's silly, because they're going to cross the street right there, so there's no need to turn off the engine. So we're going to say wait till the person crosses the street. All right, now let's see if we did something. You have made one error. All right, let's see where I made that error. Oh, I missed a question. I didn't make it wrong. I just didn't see that question. Before returning to the original lane after passing another vehicle, you should see both headlights in the vehicle. All right? I didn't miss it. I just didn't see the question. All right? Go next section. This sign means road construction or maintenance ahead. Do not enter or stop. So it's going to be a warning sign. So, and since it's a diamond shaped, it's going to give you information. So we're going to say there. Signs with orange backgrounds mean construction and maintenance warning, general warning, or regulatory. We're going to say this one here, which is construction and maintenance warning. Orange is usually something that means be very cautious. If your vehicle has anti-lock braking system and you need to stop quickly, press the brake pedal repeatedly. Press on the brake as hard as you can, or gradually press the brake pedal. Since it's got anti-lock brakes, pressing the brake as hard as you can will be the choice, because it will take care of itself since it's anti-lock. Problem with anti-lock, that stuff, if it's on a wet road, it could cause you to skid, so you may have to press it hard and get off of it and press it hard. But in this instance, you press it as hard as you can. Which of the below are common factors contributing to traffic crashes? Scanning the environment and staying focused, Getting adequate rest and staying alert, well, those two right there would make you not have a crash. Exceeding the posted speed limit and driving too fast for conditions and circumstances. So that would be the answer there, because that's going to contribute to a crash because you're exceeding the speed limit and driving too fast for the conditions. Okay, this sign means do not enter, winding road ahead, or pedestrian crosses. Windy road ahead, that's what it is right there. It's winding road, so I want you to kind of slow down and go through there because you don't want to go too fast. You could flip off the road. Alright, a pedestrian starts to cross to the street after the don't walk signal begins to flash. The pedestrian is in the middle of the street. When your signal light changes to green, you should wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding. Go ahead anyway since you have the right-of-way and run him down, or proceed if the pedestrian is not in your lane. Well, since you don't know what that pedestrian is going to do, he could flip out and start running back. He could run into you. So we're going to wait until he finishes crossing the road. If a truck or a bus needs to make a right turn and you are turning right, quickly turn before the bus and the truck does so that you can get ahead of them, or squeeze between them, or the bus or the curb. No, we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until the truck or bus turns before turning right. We're going to let them get out of the way because they can crunch us up. When driving on gravel or dirt roads, you do not have as much traction as you do, so you must drive a little slower. Visibility is better, which that don't make sense. So how can driving on a gravel road make visibility better? Or your tires can grip the road better than on pavement, which is silly since rocks are loose on dirt roads and gravel roads. You're going to have less grip. So we're going to say here, your tires do not have as much traction, so you must drive slower. All right, let's grade this. All right, I have 2 errors. Now, what the heck am I doing? Oh, man, I have missed another question. I don't know what it is with me missing these questions. I didn't get it wrong, I just didn't see. To prevent yourself from becoming an aggressive driver, drive above the posted speed limit? No. Relax and concentrate on your driving is the correct answer. Man, that's killing me. Okay? You have passed. Well done. I only made 2 errors not because I got the answers wrong, it's because I skipped the questions. And that's just as bad. That'll fail you just as bad. Let's go to the next test here. Okay, this is another test. What does this road sign mean? Loose gravel, slippery when wet, or winding road? Now, winding road had an arrow, and this indicates a car with S's behind it, which is mean that the car is swervy. So that means slippery when wet. Okay, loose gravel wouldn't do that. This sign means pedestrian crossing, school crossing, or jogging trail. Well, since it's yellow, we're going to say that's a school crossing. All right. This sign means stop, yield to the right-of-way, or traffic signal ahead, and that's a traffic signal. So we're going to say traffic signal ahead. When a motor vehicle is on a highway, When a motor vehicle on a highway it is all right to drink if you're not driving. All right to drink if you're driving but not drunk. It is illegal to drink from or possess open containers of alcohol in a passenger compartment. So it's illegal to have an open container while driving. When overtaking a pedestrian who is walking along the roadway and an oncoming vehicle is approaching, honk your horn so the pedestrian moves over? No. Slow down and let the other vehicle pass first? Yep. Keep driving. The oncoming vehicle must stop for you. So that's silly. All right? We know that you should slow down and let the vehicle pass. because when you're overtaking a pedestrian and there's another vehicle coming, slow down and let the other one go by. There are two traffic lanes in your direction. You are driving in the left lane and many vehicles are passing you on the right. If the driver behind you wishes to drive faster, drive into the left shoulder to let him pass? No, you don't want to go onto the shoulder. Move over into the right lane when it is safe, or stay in your lane so you don't impede traffic flow. Let's see. You're driving in the left lane and many vehicles are passing you on the right lane. Now, move over to the right lane when it is safe. That's what we're going to say. Okay? That could be that one there, but that's what I'm going to say. The best thing to do if you become tired or sleepy when driving is drink some coffee, open a window, or get some rest or change drivers. Best thing you can do is get some rest or change a driver if there's someone there. This sign means divided highway, of course not, no right turn, or stop sign ahead. There's an arrow pointed to the right with a line moving through it, so we're going to say no right turn. Let's grade that. I made 2 errors. My gosh. I know I checked that. I know I checked it. Well, it must have not checked. But we did check that one there, and this one here does mean pedestrian crossing, not school crossing. But I thought, that's what tells you how much I know. That means pedestrian crossing. Go to the next section. My gosh, I'm going to fail. The sign here means hospital, intersection, or railroad crossing. Hospital will have an H, so we're going to say intersection. And a railroad crossing will have an RR. Which of these statements is true about driving and taking medications? Most cold medications can make a person drowsy. Medications are safe to take at any time if prescribed by a doctor, which is not true, because if it's a medication, it can make you drowsy, so that don't make it safe. Over-the-counter medications cannot impair driving ability if taken by any recommended dosages. That's not true, because medications can cause you to get sleepy. So most cold medications can make you drowsy. All right. When driving at night, you should increase your following distance. Look directly at the headlights of an oncoming vehicle, which is silly because it blinds you, and always use your high beams. You don't want to do that because the other people can't see, so we want to increase the following distance. Before stopping your vehicle on the roadway, set the parking brake, place your foot on the accelerator, or check the mirrors for traffic. It says before stopping your vehicle on the roadways. You don't want to set the parking brake because it says before. Place your foot on the accelerator. That doesn't do anything if you want to stop. But check mirrors for traffic so you can stop safely. The amount of alcohol in the blood is referred as blood alcohol concentration. Implied consent. The rate of alcohol consumption, RAC. But the amount of alcohol in blood is blood alcohol concentration. This sign means you have the right of the way. You can go to the right first or let cross traffic go by first. This means yield. So the car on the right goes first, which is silly because it could be left too. And then you don't have the right of way, so it lets cross traffic go first. This sign means what? Like I missed it a while ago. Pedestrian crossing ahead, pedestrians walking along the roadway, or pedestrians must not cross here. This time I'm not going to miss it, and because last time I said it was school crossing, but we know it's pedestrian crossing. When is it safe to pass another vehicle? when entering a curve and there are no oncoming vehicles, whenever signs and or roadway markings permit passing of other vehicles, when driving through an intersection and there is no oncoming vehicles. You never want to pass when going through an intersection or when you're entering a curve. So here it says whenever signs or roadway markings, meaning solid lines on the roadway or such as that. So we're going to do that. So I should still have 2 missed. Alright, so I haven't missed any on that one. Alright, go to the next section. Alright. If you experience a tire blowout, apply the brakes firmly, tap or pump the brakes, slow down gradually, and use brakes lightly. That's what you want to do there. You want to slow down gradually and use the brakes lightly, unless it's an emergency situation, which you don't want to do that, but most of the time it's going to be this. So we're going to say that. You should increase your following distance when the roads are slippery, at night, or if it's raining. Since both of those apply, we're going to say all of the above. Or actually, it's all of the below. Okay? Okay. If you are driving and you need to use your cell phone, it is best to stop in a safe parking area and then make the call. Carefully use your cell phone but not talk for a long time, or use a hands-free device so you can keep both hands on the steering wheel. Well, I can say that this would be a good one, but probably it's going to be stop in a safe parking area and then make your call. We'll pick that one, even though a hands-free device but can also make you distracted by talking. A bicycle rider near you is a child. If a bicycle rider near you is a child, expect the child to be in total control of his bicycle, beep your horn, or expect the unexpected. More than likely, the kid is an idiot, so you're going to expect the unexpected. If you have had several beers before driving, the effects of alcohol will be reduced only by waiting several hours, taking a cold shower, or drinking several cups of coffee. I don't know if any one of those will do. It's going to say probably waiting several hours to let it get out of your body. Which of these statements are true about large trucks? They are more maneuverable than passenger vehicles. They have air brakes, which allows them to stop quickly. They take longer to stop than passenger vehicles. Large trucks, they take longer to stop. Okay. This sign means bicycle repair shop ahead. Bicycles not allowed. There's no line through it. Or watch for bicycles. We're going to say that one. When passing another vehicle, pass the vehicle as slowly as possible. Pass the vehicle as safely and quickly as possible. Drive at the same speed as the vehicle you are passing. Well, if you're driving at the same speed that the vehicle is passing, you can't really pass it, because you would never pass it if you were going to do that. Okay, so we're going to say pass as slowly as possible. This sign means lane reduction, the right lane in soon, the road opens ahead or widens ahead, or highway entrance ramp ahead. Since it's big here and little there, we're going to say lane reduction, okay? Alright, now let's grade that one. Okay, I passed, and I only made those 2 errors, and those 2 errors were because I didn't miss them, I just didn't answer them, which still counts. So anyway, that's the practice driving test, and it's mostly common sense. Okay, and just take your time, read the questions to yourself in your mind, and then you'll do good. So once again, Have a safe day. Bye.